Chapter 6. The dinosaur lifted its powerful leg. Smash! It kicked the car. Windows shattered and the car tilted on its side. The dinosaur lowered its head and butted the car off the road. Inside, Tim and Lex tumbled about as the car rolled over. Now it was upside down. Tim twisted around to look out the window. They were right by a cliff. The T-Rex towered over the car. It put one leg on the frame and tore at the undercarriage of the car with its jaws. Biting at anything it could get a hold of, it ripped the rear axle free, tossed it aside, and bit a tire. Lex and Tim were trapped, and the dinosaur was about to push them over the cliff. Alan couldn't stand it anymore. He had to do something. Jumping out of his car, he shouted, "Hey, over here!" The dinosaur dropped the car and turned toward him. Alan waited to get its complete attention. Then he threw a flare over the cliff. The Tyrannosaurus lunged after it, but stopped inches from the edge. Ian Malcolm watched from the car. Then, in a flash, he leaped out of the car too. Quickly, he ran for the building, but he caught the dinosaur's eye and the T-Rex whirled around. As it did, its tail snapped behind it, striking Alan. Alan went flying, but the dinosaur only noticed Ian. It gave chase, bending close to the ground. Then, with one flick of its head, it nudged Ian from behind. The dinosaur didn't use much of its strength. Still, Ian sailed through the air and smashed through a wooden portion of the wall and into the building. Inside, Gennaro was cowering in a corner next to a toilet. He was in a bathroom. Suddenly, the Tyrannosaurus's head broke through the wall. Wood chips and cement pieces flew everywhere. Crash! The roof collapsed. Ian and Gennaro were buried in the rubble. Slowly, Alan got to his feet. He watched the T-Rex nose around the fallen building. Then he saw it stop. It had found something. Alan couldn't bear to watch. He turned away as Gennaro screamed. There was nothing Alan could do to save him, and probably he thought Ian is a goner too. But he could try to help the kids. He scrambled over to the smashed-up car. Reaching in through a broken window, he pulled out Lex. "Tim's knocked out," she told him. Boom! A giant T-Rex foot landed right in front of them. Alan and Lex stood still as statues. There was nowhere to go. They were caught between the dinosaur and the cliff. The dinosaur bent inches away from them. Then, once again, it pushed the car. Tim opened his eyes. He saw one giant eye staring at him through the open hole of the sunroof. He screamed, and that seemed to fascinate the dinosaur. It stretched its long tongue through the hole. It was trying to wrap its tongue around Tim. Quickly, Tim wedged himself tightly into the seat. He was just out of the dinosaur's reach. Roaring in defeat, the T-Rex lunged again. The car shifted, then began to roll. It was heading toward the cliff, gathering speed, and Lex and Alan were right in front of it. Alan grabbed Lex and swung her onto his back. Then he began to climb down the cliff. Seconds later, the car went over. Whiss! Alan pressed up against the cliffside. It just missed them. "Timmy!" cried Lex as the car dropped through the air. Crash! It landed in a treetop and hung there in the branches. The Tyrannosaurus gave one last roar, but everyone was beyond its reach. It turned away, leaving them alone. For now.